Okay, last video I showed you how to do pivot tables in PowerPivot, including graphs and also slicers, how to put slicers. This video I'm going to show you a query that with the same database. Then I'm going to show you a query that is going to give us a view of the business cycle of the company. Then what I expect is to see how much a company have been selling month by month through the different years. Okay. Then also in this video I'm going to explain to you the introduction or the definition of a calculated field and a calculated column. Okay, let's start. I'm going to go to PowerPivot, and then I'm going to go to Manage to go back to the model. And here we gotta do something. We gotta change something about the relationships between cash receipt and orders. We have a relationship that is going from cash receipt towards orders. Here, I gotta, in this case, in this database, if you look at the content of the database, for every order there is only one cash receipt. Okay. And for every cash receipt there is only one order. In other words, the relationship between orders and cash receipt is one-to-one relationship. It's not one-to-many, it's one-to-one. Then in those cases is the only case where you can decide what the direction of the line. In this case I'm gonna delete this one. If you have the line from cash receipt to orders, delete that one. And then we're gonna do the same relationship but going from orders to cash receipts. Okay. Then why I did this? Okay, here just for now is just keep in mind that the events usually are the tables that have the main that have the more important data that you're gonna explode. Then here you're gonna what you will see in these models, in database models, is that the agents and the resources usually they have arrows pointing out them. Okay, and if you wanna get something related to the resource, for example, then you're gonna make sure that there is a relationship from an event to the resource. And if you're gonna get more information from another event that is linked to this resource, it should be a path, a complete path from orders, for example, to this resource. Okay. And also in the agents, if you're gonna go do some power pivots and get information about employees, you gotta have a relationship from orders to employees. And if I want to get something related to the number of products that every employee has sold, then there should be a path from this table through employees. Okay. But now let's start working on the query about the business cycle. Okay, before doing that, let's go and I'm gonna go back to the data view. Okay, and here I need to calculate. I have to go to the orders table, and here I want to calculate some column that I need to here I'm gonna create a calculated column for the year. In this case I have the date in date format, order date, but I need the year for some slicers. Then here I'm gonna type equal to year. I'm gonna open parentheses, and here it is asking me for a date. I'm gonna click a date here. I'm gonna close the parenthesis. I'm gonna click and enter. Then now this is the year of the order. Then I'm gonna change with the right button. I'm gonna change the name of this column. I'm gonna call it year. enter. Okay, now since I'm gonna do a business cycle, I need a specific the month. Okay, then how can I get the month from the data? In DAX there is a function here in DAX, in the DAX language, that is called month. I type month, open parenthesis, and it's asking me for a date. Then I go here, I click on the order date, and I close the parenthesis. When I do this, then I'm gonna get in that calculated column, I'm gonna change it with right click. I'm gonna change it to I'm gonna put it n month. That is the number of the month. I'm gonna click enter. Okay, then this and these two are calculated columns. Why? Because they are calculated within a table and row by row. Okay, this is the way calculated columns are computed. Okay, now what I have to do here is if I do this, I prefer to have like a word for the month. Okay, then I'm gonna do for another column with a specific formatting. Then I'm gonna click equal to, then I'm gonna click format, open parentheses, and I'm gonna select order date again, order date, and then comma, and here comma, and here I'm gonna type double quotes, and then I'm gonna type the format that I like is MM with capital letters, then a dash, and then 3 small m's, and close it with with quotes, with double quotes, and then close parentheses. When I do that, then I'm gonna create a calculated column that it has the number of the month and the name of the month. Then it's gonna be better to show that in a pivot table or in a graph. Then here I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna change to month. Okay. Then for now I'm almost ready to do the business cycle query. Okay, then these are calculated columns. I have not talked about calculated fields yet. Okay, then a calculated column is something that is calculated row by row. Then you do certain computations using previous columns. Okay, then how can I do the business cycle? Then here I'm gonna click pivot table. I'm gonna do a chart, okay, in a new worksheet, and now I'm almost ready. And here what I need is the month in the X, where I want to show the month. Where is the month? I was working on the orders tables. If I go down, now the calculated column becomes like a column of the table, but it's a calculated column. It's not an attribute of the table. And here I'm gonna get the month. I'm gonna drag the month to the axis. Okay, and now I'm gonna get the total amount of sales from the order details table where I had calculated before the subtotal. There is another calculated column that have the subtotal sold for every factura. Then I'm gonna drag it, and then I have now an information about the business cycle month by month. But here I'm missing something. Where I'm adding all the years. Then I gotta be careful. Then what I have to do, I can do this in different ways. A very nice and easy way to solve that problem is I'm gonna add, if I click analyze here, I'm gonna add, instead of a slicer, I'm gonna add a timeline. I click in timeline, then I'm gonna select order date. I'm gonna click OK. Then in this case I'm gonna put here the timeline, and then I'm gonna change instead of meses, años, okay, or years. Then when I do that, then if I just select 2011, now this is a business cycle for every year. 2011, that I have all information from July to December. 2012 is a complete year with data, and 2013 that is not a complete year, okay. But when I can click, I can use Control click, and I can basically just drag all of them of the years. Then this graph is not quite correct because I'm including all the years. It's better to analyze year by year, okay. Then for now, I showed you only the calculated column. In the next video I'm going to show you what is a calculated field.